Welcome, geometry students, and we are back. And we're still studying Pythagorean's theorem, which, if you remember, was a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay, now two of the things is, number one, c is always the hypotenuse, which is always the longest side of a right triangle. And another thing is, this only works for right triangles. So, in order for this equation to be true, I have to be working with a right triangle. Now, even though I wrote over the question, it says, is the triangle a right triangle? Well, if it works, if these numbers work in here, it's a right triangle. If they don't work, it's not a right triangle. Maybe close to a right triangle, but it's not a right triangle. Now, I look at these three things, this, and this. Three sides, 16, 48, and 50. Well, which has got to be the hypotenuse? Well, it's got to be the biggest one. If this was a right triangle, if it is, I don't know what it is, that's the hypotenuse. These two, they're definitely not the hypotenuse. They're the two legs. So if it was an imaginary, if I am right and this is a right triangle, I don't know if I'm right. Remember, we have this, then we have the right here. This would be, let's say, the 50. I definitely know that would be 50. One of these would be, I'll write it in black, 16, and the other would be 48. Now, I don't know if that's true. It might not be a right triangle. But if it is, everything is going to work out perfectly here. So let's do this. Let's put these numbers together. A squared has got to be one of the sides. I'm going to take 16 squared. B squared has got to be the other side, 48 squared, equals c squared, which has got to be the hypotenuse, which has got to be the biggest one, is 50 squared. So if this is equal to this, it's a right triangle. If not, it's not a right triangle. Okay, so let's do some work here. So, 16 squared, 256. 48 squared, 2304, equals 50 squared, 2500. Okay, if I add these two numbers up, and they add up to 2500, it's a right triangle. Let's add them up. 256 plus 2304 equals 2,560. Well, that is not equal to 2,500. So while this might be close to a right triangle, it's not a right triangle. So I would write not a right triangle. Because I know it only can work. Pythagorean's theorem only works for the right triangle. This does not work.